I don't know.
And here we go. I don't know how those two start. Personally, I like the Stang start, but I think both are valuable. We have two pendants already, one in Eastern and Hera, if I got it right.
So like, I understand like the reasoning for why people don't like the Uncle Start anymore, because like it's inefficient if you ever have to go back to front of escape. But in a competitive environment, I feel like the more people don't do Uncle Start, the stronger Uncle Start becomes. It's like how everyone used to do Dark Magician, and now they don't.
At the same time, you basically if your opponent's gonna do a Knuckle Start, you will try to route front of escape as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice drops from the bush crabs. They drop 20s, so AA is gonna have a lot of money coming into Kakariko. The other reason I think like Stank is a great start is like with the price back being how they are right now, you can try and farm some bombs on guards as well, or on pickles. As I like to call them pickles because they look like pickles.
The buzz blobs.
Yes. But yeah, like resources are like I think it's easier to farm them. Oh, but a good start. Boots.
Yeah, boots are very nice to find early. They are in a place though where Hugh is going to pick them up. It's not going to be a huge advantage for very long.
Baby Seed a little bit. I mean, Boots, Blue Mail. Seed's being nice to our runners already.
Give it time, Lynn. Give it time.
But yeah, it's only 2 minutes in. I mean, there's a lot of things coming. I mean, especially with those two pendants that are Eastern and Tashera, like.
Yeah, light world pendants are pretty gross. It typically means you're going to have a longer seed than you really want to. Hugh going after a second set of these rupees from the bush crab.
Unfortunately, they won't be coming to Kakariko. Oh, maybe no. It's not bunking. Like there are rocks next to that fortune teller that drop a bomb.
Yeah, the bonk rocks.
Yeah, you can basically farm it, so you don't have to buy the first one, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's pretty worth to grab like even just one bomb from there, because there's a pretty good chance you're going to find bombs in.
I'm actually surprised,
either the well or the hideout.
It's a very, very good grab, like so you don't have to go down there at first. Try to get more bombs in the first area. Usually you start with Blind's Hat. I know some people, when they don't have bomb, they like to drop into the well because it's faster to get back. Oh wow, really?
Super safety. There will be no dying today.
But with the amount of money, like, yeah, sure, you're getting bombs, but getting that first bomb always, like, can save a little bit of time, I think.
Yeah, normally I would say, like, it's not that big a deal, like 5 seconds here, 10 seconds there, these early game routes, but these players have already proved to us that it is a big deal. Every second counts. Nice rod. Kind of an interesting item set that we got from Kakariko so far, with the mitts and the flippers and the boots.
Yeah, definitely. Like, we're not even 5 minutes into the season. Like, there's a lot. Like,
definitely has me thinking there's something in Kingston pretty quick.
And there you go. If you grab that bomb, then you wouldn't have to go buy some because there were 3 here. I mean, you would buy them eventually after you got to the chicken hut, but saving a little bit of time.
Yeah, it saves the walk up and down through Kakariko. Ampharos finishing up Kakariko. Gonna check library and race game.
Hardly a whole lot they can do with fetches like King's Tomb, Mushroom already as well, and the back of escape. How can you route that efficiently? Like, yeah.
Well, you just do. I just do King's Tomb and then do back of escape real quick.
I guess, yeah. I never had that situation where I have to do all 3. That's the thing. That's why I was thinking, like, how do you do that?
I don't think there's any like super easy way to route in the mushroom with anything. Probably just something you do after a save and quit.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have the flippers, so you don't even have to do the
that's the thing. Like
the
from
really
King's
annoying
Tomb,
big flipper.
from King's Tomb, you seem kind of so close to it, but back of escape
Too
is
far.
kind of more like it's better. It's just you can't really leave that, especially like with the save and quit being long right now. You don't really want to do that often.
See, now Hugh could do it though. Hugh could do like Claw Crocs and then back of escape and then re-save and quit to Sync and do King's Tomb over to Mushroom.
I saw a little bit of hesitation from AA. I mean, you get a sword in the back of escape with a small key. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can get it going.
I would never skip it in that situation.
It's not even that bad with boots. I mean, especially players of this caliber, like they definitely can do it. Boots make it even easier, I'd say.
It feels like, bad because like there's still the chance like it's the map or something, right? But that's like if you don't have the map but you found the small key, so that means it's a 1 in 4 chance that it's the map. So you're probably gonna do Dark Cross eventually anyway. I see no reason to skip it here, but Hugh's also skipping it.
Still grabbing the heart with red mail. I mean, it's still early game. Like you're even with red mail, you're not that squishy, but still a little bit. I really like that play from Hugh. I mean, unless it's an Agassiz, like it doesn't get slower to do that, and you already did the back. And with especially with red mail, knowing that you left the Dark Cross, if you have to like Death Warp, it's gonna be easier.
Yeah, the sooner you do it, the fewer hearts you have. You know, something I started doing when I do get a seed that's like, well, this might be an Agassiz, and like my initial reaction is to like put off the front of escape, so maybe I can pair it with doing Aga later. I started just going straight to front of escape and accepting that if it ends up being an Agassiz, that I lose 30 seconds. And this works out better for me in the long run because so often there's something good in the front of escape, and it's an Agassiz, you know.
Like main concern is that Hugh had an angle start, right? So basically he went back. I was actually seeing AA do that before him. And we have AA actually setting up the water walk here. I mean, you have flippers, but it's still faster to run than to swim. I guess, to Hobo.
Yeah, still curious if he's gonna continue the flipper checks though, because he is like super short on rupees for Zora. So like if he goes to check out Waterfall Fairy, which he is, why did you do the water walk then? Stepping in the shallow water broke his water walk.
I think, yeah, if you have flippers, I think going to Hobo, running to Hobo, especially running to Hobo, is just faster.
Yeah, like if you set the water walk up there with the flippers, it's to go to Hobo.
I'm
first,
actually surprised he's like with flippers. I know you don't have the money, but you have 2 gloves, so checking that item on the ledge, I think, would have been wise. It's like Zora can be put in logic only with a glove, while the item on the ledge is in logic with those flippers.
Yeah, definitely a riskier way to route this for sure. Especially considering, like, it's not like he's nearly out of checks or something, right? Like, he still has the front of escape. He hasn't been to. There's, an easy 3 checks over at Sahasrarla's hut. He can even like sequence break up the mountain and get the free time neutral check on the old man. So orphaning Zora and the ledge at this point seems risky.
It's a bit risky. Definitely. So we didn't have anything in escape, as usual. I mean, not as usual, but I actually like kinda what he's doing. Huge. Because I think he's just waiting to have the money to get to Zora. So that's why he's been doing that. And with Eastern being a pendant, I mean, you never know, but some people just like to go to pendant Eastern to try and get an edge over their opponent.
Yeah, it's definitely not super crazy to go into Eastern at this point. I think it would be crazy for Hugh specifically to go in there right now because he still hasn't done like South Shore. But that's what he's doing. Okay.
You know, I'd actually be tempted to check the last pendant here. He didn't do it, but like, just for like,
the edification.
I usually don't talk to Zaha in open, but in this situation, I think it's kind of wise to just check where your last pendant is, so like you can have an idea of how to route your Dark Vault whenever you have. I mean, you can get there. Actually, there's a pearl. I didn't see it. Here has a pearl, but still decided to go to Eastern.
Yeah,
this is
questionable.
Yeah.
I mean, the boat, yeah, like he can full clear and everything, but
that's
like when we talk about like
and the world is really wide open right now, especially with those flippers that put literally the whole Dark World into logic.
Yeah. I don't know, like I can see like, well, I have the bow, so I'm gonna come here, right? But usually when we talk about like following the bow as a progression item, we're not talking about Eastern, we're talking about Pod.
I'd be more talking about Pod. That's a bit premature, I would say, but that we could pay big if he actually finds something here.
Yeah, I think I might have spent a little more time doing some overworld before heading into any pendant dungeon at this point, or any dungeon I can't full clear.
Like AA with a lot more health than you. Spent a little more time death warping there.
Did get his moon pearl though.
I guess that bow was in the Dark Cross. I didn't see it. I was watching AA.
I just can't get over how big of a gamble this is to do Pendant Eastern right now.
Especially in V31, like I think bows in general have less impact than they had in
Oh
in
yeah,
V30,
absolutely.
since you have two in the pool. And especially in Eastern, where bow only unlocks one check. I'm just surprised AA didn't take the time to, like, he started a wrong quote unquote spawn point, and he just save and quit when he had that mushroom that he could have turned in. Like I said, like the save and quits are very long in this version right now.
Oh, it's super frustrating. I'm just spamming my start button. Come on, hurry up!
Oh, Pendant Swamp again! Not like
Nice.
this.
Alright, well, we already get the flippers. Just a few more items to go, and then they'll avoid that for as long as possible. AmazingAmpharos checking front of Skullwoods here. This is a play. Sometimes you see people try to avoid this. I know a lot of people who really hate coming here without the fire rod. But I think the meta is still in favor of checking this as if it was overworld.
It depends, like especially with the mids for Dark World access.
Yeah, the
you
hammerless.
might be more inclined to do some extra checks in the front of Skullwoods. Especially when you don't have, I mean, you have boots, but it still take a while to come back to the portal and take it, so you just want to get it out of the way. Okay.
Second bow on Armos, apparently.
Okay, so the logical bow was the one in the Dark Cross. Good for both players to have it.
I mean, if you're gonna spend 4 minutes to get a bow, like as early as possible, that's when you should do it. Now he'll have silvers for several different fights where it's impactful. Vitreous being the big one. But depending on like AmazingAmpharos' equipment set when he gets to that fight, it's not necessarily like the largest time save to have silvers even for Vitreous.
It still was a big time thing. Like Eastern didn't reward a player, so
yeah, silvers are nice, but they probably weren't worth 4 minutes.
It wasn't worth Eastern, definitely. Especially when AA already has Master Sword, so
now it's entirely possible that AA is going to eventually go to Eastern and full clear it as well, and any time loss that he was currently suffering will be regained. I just can't. Why would you do Eastern over South Shore?
Why would you depend on
I think he was after the rupee. Like he went to the rupee room. I think he was thinking,
he wanted money. For sure he wanted money.
If I get the rupees here, then I can do Houlihan and do Zora.
The thing is, at the same time, if you go into the Dark World and you get a mirror, you can combo Catfish, Zora. Like you can do everything. But if you get a mirror, of course.
Now, AmazingAmpharos, he did not go into Thieves Town, right?
No, he didn't touch it. I'm not sure he even opened it. And not grabbing the Smith here would, like, I think he's heading to pod.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Statistically, given the items that they have, Pod is very, very likely to have something, but it's not necessarily something that's useful right this second.
He didn't go to Sal's closet, so he doesn't have the lamp, but having bow and lamp, like, already triggers something that Pod has something. Oh.
Fucking tempered and high cave.
That's a good high cave, I guess.
Yeah, that'll give him once he picks up the lamp. If he goes to get the lamp, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately.
There's no telling without the mirror. It may be a long time before he ever goes to Sazgla.
It could be a while until he gets that lamp.
But that'll be a desert.
Yeah, especially with the amount he has open to him.
The big ticket items we're really looking for right now are hammer, which make this routing so much nicer, but also the hook shot for East Death Mountain. So we're going to Pyramid first.
It's already like... which one are we gonna get? Are we gonna get the hook shot, or are we gonna get... I mean, we're probably gonna get both, but there's a chance that we're not getting one of them. I'm actually surprised by that pyramid detour.
So he checks Pyramid, and now he's going into Pod right afterwards. So this has the unfortunate consequence of making Catfish really, really horrible to get to.
Yeah, that's the thing. It really isolates Catfish right now. I mean, the best way for him to route it right now would be from north or from south with the Whirlpool, I guess, if he ever comes close to Swamp at some point.
No, there's not necessarily anything at Catfish. It's just you don't know. So, generally, you want to try to avoid isolating locations like that.
So, Hugh finally going into the Dark World.
Yeah, I imagine he'll do a similar route to Ampharos. Maybe he'll dip into Thieves, though. It's definitely not crazy to kill blind in this situation, even hammerless, with it being a crystal.
Like, the issue with Thieves Town, because of that red mail, death warping if you just want to check the front takes long. So I can see why AA didn't go.
Yeah, and then with mitts and boots, it's not like it takes forever to get back to Village of Outcasts. You can bonk that wall if you were curious, chat.
Also going here without a mirror and a red mail. No.
Oh, this isn't so bad because they.
Yeah, you have 3 hearts anyway. So
the spike makes things a lot easier. See, he even took damage from that spike on purpose there, just setting up the Death Ward. I hope he fights the mirror now.
No heart. Okay. Oh, Vicky. Okay.
So the Bowlock side having only a small key and the big key means that very little of this dungeon is logically locked behind a bow. So if we're coming over here because we found a bow, that's kind of bad news. There can still be progression here, but just unlikely to be bow locked. You checking.
Oh,
Ooh, nice flute. Flute's definitely a nice pickup. It doesn't really do much for us, though, at the moment.
it opens up the Mario area, kinda.
Yeah, we'll get some information, like maybe even be able to go inside Meyer, but it's pretty undesirable at the moment. Hugh keeps making like he's gonna go into Thieves Town and then changes direction. Nope, yep, we're going Thieves. At least the first 4. Our very first bottle, that is quite irritating.
A lot. I mean, flute is nice.
Yeah,
but-
it's. I mean, you go to pod without the hammer and you find the flute, right? It's not like, oh god, I'm so far behind, but it's definitely not, oh god, I'm so far ahead either.
Oh. Let's go into Zora?
Yeah, it looks like it. He finally got those rupees he was looking for.
Actually. Kind of
And he-
surprised. Like,
And he was
activating
opting
the
to
flute
Death Orb.
and letting go, but going from here?
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
That he could have activated the flute and
Oh yeah, and just floated over here, yeah.
but instead just checks, which add an extra saving quit. I guess. I mean, not an extra saving quit, but still, like, you always saving quit from here, but
And just some bombs.
so that will definitely make AA's routing a little better. Going back to Riddle Outcast now is just very easy.
Yep,
Well,
flew away.
I'm guessing he's not gonna go back through the portal. Like, I can see him go to Meyer. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that fire source to do desert with that book.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely flies to the Meyer area and sees the medallion required and checks Meyer shed. But without a fire source, I can't imagine him going into Meyer in this situation. Now, Pendant Eastern is starting to look better and better and better. The more stuff he does without finding anything, Eastern just starts looking real
Oh,
good.
it's actually going
And-
back to Dark World. Never mind.
We're doing Thieves now.
Meanwhile, like, you actually grab the Smith, which would tell us that he's not heading towards Pod. Oh, is that a catfish check? I mean, he got that cave.
Okay. I guess we're going to Catfish. Oh, he's just checking Bumper Cave. Okay. I mean, if he wanted to do Catfish, this is the time.
I think so as well, but apparently not.
Yeah, he has effectively orphaned that completely.
So at this point, if you are coming back here, you want to clear it.
Oh, Thieves Town?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he should definitely full clear it.
Can't
Although I
really-
also thought he should have checked Meyer Shed first. Like, that just
I
seemed
mean, I'm,
like a quick 2
I would
checks.
tend to agree. That's the thing. Like, going back to Digital Outcast a second time without the hammer, when you have stuff that open to you, that it feels kind of bad.
Okay, so
You
he
think that
finishes
heading
his
towards the
Smith.
desert?
Yeah, looks like it. This is a pretty easy choice for Hugh, though.
Yeah, like, I mean, you don't want to go to back to Digital Outcast, and Pod seems kind of out of the way. Desert is full clearable for him, so very easy choice.
Yeah, so that early Eastern play, it cost him like 4 minutes to get these silver arrows or whatever, but it had a ripple effect because it also enabled him to check Sahasrara, which AmazingAmpharos hasn't done, and that being our only fire source, it completely changes things. So he's actually saving time beyond what the items actually unlocked for him.
Yeah, let's see what's in the desert, like that, because that lamp is definitely what made him go there. Like, if you don't have it, there's no real reason. But at the same time, AA now has a flute, so he's making a lot of time, travel time.
Yeah, sure.
You.
Now, do you
He's
think
not using it right now, but like whenever he wants to go to desert, he'll just have the flute, while Hugh had to run down there.
I do think if AmazingAmpharos does, get in that position where he's like, Pen and Eastern, let's go, and he finds like his first fire source in Sahasrara's hut, he'll probably not do Eastern at that point,
Especially with the flute, you can just say nope, I'm
Yeah,
out.
Like if the lamp ends up not leading to anything, you can just flute back and do Eastern then. I have not been watching. Do we have the map yet?
I don't think so. We got an item out of desert. Oh, you mean in Thief Town?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
because he just found the compass in Blind Cell. It was in the front of Thieves Town? Okay, so there is an item in the big chest, unfortunately. Do you think the ice rod is cool? Maybe.
when I have it, yes, it's cool. Let's put it like this.
Well, if I have it, it's definitely pinned in Turtle Rock anyway.
I mean, I'll rather have it, and it's a crystal, so.
No progression to be had here in Thieves Town. And AmazingAmpharos is going for Smith, it looks like.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna follow all the way to purple chest. I mean, especially not without the hammer. You don't really want to orphan armor packs at this point. No, it's nothing though.
Our first look at Sick Kid.
And Desert was actually
Simultaneous 20
Empty.
rupees.
What do we even have left? Catfish?
God.
Mountain? 2 items.
Yeah,
on the
honestly, I'm a little surprised that nobody's done the old man yet.
I guess, yeah, Agina as well. He's open. And nobody turned in that mushroom. I'm actually surprised AA didn't do that. Did he?
I don't believe so. I'm starting to think that he may be feeling a little overwhelmed with how many locations are available and how spread out they are and how much they're all terrible.
We definitely haven't seen that mushroom. Like,
he's going after purple chest?
I mean, that's the only thing he has here. I'm just surprised he's putting a lot. Actually, I think he put a lot of time doing that. I think, yeah, mushroom was definitely one of the better plays than that.
Yeah, and he still hasn't even looked at Meyer Shed yet, even.
And Maya Shed, right? Yeah, you're right. And if we can get into Meyer, I guess we can have a sneak peek.
And for AmazingAmpharos, at least, he also hasn't done Sahasrara or Pendant Eastern, which, while not like the greatest places to go ever, is definitely more dense than Mirrorless Smith Sequence.
The thing is, you don't really want to dip Meyer without a 5 source. Like, oh, finally, mushroom. Here we go.
And he was going over to Catfish for us. And our Spear 1 mushroom was 10 arrows. The seed is kind of gross.
Oh, it's a carpet 5, so I guess we're getting a lamp. That might actually send him to Desert first, I would say, and then to Meyer.
Just to have magic there on Catfish. Yeah, ideally here, AmazingAmpharos checks Sahasrara, finds a lamp, and says, "That's good enough," and leaves. Because we know that
sure. Like that's very
was
good
nothing.
enough. Like, you have Desert, you probably can enter Meyer. 2 out of 3 chance of entering Meyer. I think you're taking that over Pendant Easter. Yep, floating out. So right now our runners are gonna just follow each other's step.
Yeah, A is going to finish up Desert here and then hopefully follow into Meyer Shed Meyer. While imhughbliss looks like he's headed over to Palace of Darkness, where he will find his flute and get access to those checks.
Yeah, right. Nobody went to the mountain yet. I mean, it's only 2 items, but
Well, I totally understand like not wanting to walk up to Spectral Rock Cave because it feels so bad. Because if you find like the mirror right after,
I mean, for
have to
you,
walk
I
up.
guess it makes a lot of sense. But now that AA has a flute, I mean, saving the old man is not that bad.
Yeah, I think saving the old man is 99% of the time a time neutral check. It's something that doesn't cost you any time, and it could be progression. So like, why not do it? Well, kind of unfortunate for us because we know exactly what's going to happen for both of our players for the next like 5 minutes or so.
They're not gonna find a lot. at least Hugh has a lamp to navigate into the dark cross, so it's gonna be a bit easier for him than AA.
You know what else is available that we really haven't considered at all?
No.
Ice Palace.
Oh no.
It's pretty unlikely with us not having like Hookshot or Cane, but those are not always required.
Okay, fine. Ice Palace is on the table, sure. Do you want to go though?
I would definitely dip Mire and Mire Shed first. I'd probably full clear Eastern too, to be honest.
At this point, yeah, I'm actually surprised Hugh actually didn't consider it before going to pod.
Would consider ice?
Yeah, like walking all the way to pod. Like AA went to Hype Cave into pod, so it wasn't that big of a decision. Like I'm here, I'm going to pod anyway. But Hugh decided to save a quid out of Hype Cave. So going to pod from this point is actually a huge decision because the travel time is just big. While going to ice doesn't take long. Sure, you don't have a hammer, but it still doesn't take as long as to go into pod. But I guess the bow helps with that decision.
Yeah, especially since Q already had the lamp. Like the lamp like really clinches it as, oh geez, I really need to go to pod. Alright, so A finishes up Desert. He gets nothing there, and is like, oh man, maybe I should have done Eastern. But is he going to go back to Eastern, or does he go on to
I see my area
checks?
Right, you have a lamp. You have a lamp. Yeah, there's only two items in Mire, but like when the game throw you all those items, I mean, I guess the flute is not. It's kind of deep in these situations because it's in pod. But still, even without the cane, I think you'll still go inside Mire.
I agree entirely.
If you can open it, obviously, which you can. Plus Bombos.
Now that's actually kind of telling because Bombos is also our access to Ice Palace. So that makes me think it's more likely to be Mire with progression than Ice Palace at this point, because there's a second item that could give you access to ice, but Bombos is the only thing that's going to open up Mire.
So let's see what Hugh decides to do. It's not that far behind in the end. Because he can do it. Does it? I guess he's the T-stand behind, but slightly behind AA because of that Eastern dip. Definitely.
We don't even have a hammer, and you're trying to determine who's in the lead.
I mean, when I say ahead, like the answer has to be somewhere here, right? Or in Ice Palace, obviously. But
yeah, or on the old man, or on
for now he's following AA, so I'm giving AA some kind of a lead. But it's not over. We only 44 minutes in. A lot can happen. I know.
Yeah, I'm a little worried for AmazingAmpharos though, because there's two really unfortunate locations that he's orphaned. And,
not deciding.
Well, I guess we've seen Catfish already.
To go into Mire.
Oh, okay. Seems a little weird.
A bit bold considering.
Like, yeah, you just went to go get.
Left.
You just went to pod, and the only thing you found there was the flute. How do you not follow that into Mire?
Oh, now we go to the mountain.
Okay. Maybe he's just gonna do these couple checks real quick before he commits to a dungeon he can't full clear.
But yeah, as I mentioned previously, though, like those 7 glitches kind of hurt, so you kind of want to minimize them, and I think like just going to Mire at this point. Like aside from the 2 first room in Mire, like it's not that big of a time load to just check what's inside front of Mire. And there's a mirror.
Hey. All right, so I'm checking my Zelda encyclopedia here.
Old man has the hammer.
Is not the hammer because it's on the old man. That
So
that one check that they could have done
all this time
immediately. They got 2 gloves in Kakariko, and at no point nobody thought, let's go get the old man save and quit point real quick. Oh man,
kind of feels bad now.
That feels real bad.
Yeah, that pod play really feels bad now.
This is gonna feel especially bad for AmazingAmpharos because of that item in the Big Chest and Thieves. So I'll say it straight up. If there is progression in the Big Chest and Thieves, Hughbliss wins this game. Like it's that big a deal.
The thing is, like with that mirror, AmazingAmpharos might just go to the mountains to check either David and Hera, so he might just get that hammer.
Oh yeah, he'll get the hammer eventually. There's no question in that.
I mean, like if you, after getting that mirror, if you just do your mirror checks like K45 and Gravis Ledge, I don't know what to think. Like that's so out of the way. You can't really do that. There's also.
I think he'll probably do the mountain.
Also, isolated hammer pegs, so there's that as well for AmazingAmpharos.
Yeah, hammer pegs is isolated, catfish is isolated, Beasttown Big Chest is isolated. Well, he's headed to Thieves now, so we will get to see what's in that big chest. But that is definitely a make it or break it location for AmazingAmpharos.
So I think there's an item on the video, considering they had map, compass, and a lot of keys. Actually, with the big key being where it was, those 2 chests, I mean this chest had a key for sure, because the big key was locked behind 3 small.
Alright, where do you go here, AA? Hera, right? You gotta go Hera.
Definitely going to the mountain. Yeah.
I mean, he won't go to Hera once he gets the hammer, but like, the intention here is to climb the mountain and go to Hera.
She probably will, actually. I mean, I guess you could finish pod. There's only one item, though. I'm like, wouldn't be very fond of doing that. Because there's Eastern on your way as well, that if you're running out of stuff you might want to do. So I'd put pod off a little bit.
I don't know, I can see finishing pod real quick. Like, you got flute, you can just like pick up like 3 rocks and suddenly you're Eastern. I am surprised that he's continuing up the mountain though after getting the hammer.
Not really. Like at this point you might be Kane and Fire Rod for GT access.
See, I was thinking Ice Palace, honestly, once we saw the hammer.
Ice Palace is definitely a play, for sure. But Mountain having all those items, yeah, I can see where he's going. Okay, North of Truth, Big 20. So for now, like, AmazingAmpharos didn't miss anything in these sounds. I'm pretty sure you didn't do purple chest, so he might also check hammerbags. Oh, that's the cane. So we didn't find a hook shot, but it looked like to me that dip into Maya was kind of required to get that cane.
It sure looks like it.
Especially with Swarm being a pendant, like you'd never know where that hook shot's gonna show up.
He takes down Blind, and we're all tied up for crystals. Only took 51 minutes, and we got 2 crystals, chat. We are on pace for a 4-hour seed. I'm just kidding. It speeds up once we have all the items, you guys.
Top 128 players from the main tournament, like, clear a seed in 4 hours. Like, I would have some questions.
I was just doing the math. 2 crystals every 50 minutes. We need 7 crystals. It's 4 hours.
So hammerbags also had nothing.
So I feel like the savior here would be like Hookshot and Ice Palace.
Definitely.
Because the mirror itself hasn't hardlocked anything, right? Like the hookshot would also give us access to that Cane of Samaria.
Yeah. Definitely, but like you're now clearing bot. I get that play. I really get that play. Like you're running low on things to do.
What you doing, Pod? I imagine he'll probably do Ice Palace too before going to Mire.
We might see Ice Palace very soon. Very, very soon. I guess AA can finish Misery Maya as well. He might do that, knowing that there's an item on Vitreous. Oh yeah, is that mountain not having anything at all?
Not one thing. Did we see the medallion for TR? It was Ether, right?
Ether, yeah, it's Ether.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, them.
So we just need like Fire Rod Hook. I think you're right. He is gonna go finish up Misery Mire.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, only silvers can make it faster, and that's it. So, and we know Vitreous has an item. I guess a Fire Rod will make it faster with Spooky, but that's it.
Yeah, both of our runners right now, they're just in like crystal cleanup mode, you know. Like, go do the crystal dungeons that you can full clear in descending order of horribleness. And then when you run out of all those nice checks, you start doing things that are actually terrible, like going to Swamp or go do Tower of Hera basement and stuff like that.
AlTTPR is definitely the play after that for AA. Like
For
since
you
he
as
hasn't-
well.
Since he hasn't touched Eastern, you might, if you want to go to pod, you might want to know if you have anything else to do before going independent Eastern. So I can get why you're delaying that Helmator, and especially when he has a compass. So not unlocking any item. There's no point going into pod right now for a. Unless you want to go to Eastern, or if you were in Go mode.
Well, pod also unlocks. Wait, does it? It's hard to
Yes.
read on the thing.
Yeah, it
Pyramid
is. Actually, Pyramid since he can clear Maya as well, which is the second one. I guess there's that.
Nothing like that 56-minute mushroom turn in.
When we got it, like,
It was Sphere 1.
well, it
It was definitely
yeah,
Sphere 1.
Sphere 1. Stocking on potions, I guess. You is gonna get to ice first. Then here is gonna be our first play to go into ice. I think AA is not gonna be that far. Oh,
Shot on Vitreous. So that was a required double dip of Misery Mire.
it was.
This is very bad news for Hugh. He will full clear Ice Palace before he goes into Mire. Not necessarily the worst news, though. It's really going to come down to like where this fire rod is.
Yeah, definitely. But now with that hook shot, it's kinda hard to guess where it is. Could be anywhere now. I was actually expecting the hook shot to be like just into a rock or something.
Now, if Hugh gets real lucky, the fire rod's just sitting in here in Ice Palace. I think if the fire rod's in Ice Palace, he's really not that far behind.
I mean, doesn't have much left, so he will make his way into Mire very shortly. Well, AA has a lot open to him to find that fire rod, but at the same time, I don't think you're going into Pendant Swamp before you're going into Crystal Ice.
Yeah, definitely. I was just thinking, like, if we find Fire Rod in Ice Palace, Hugh takes the Fire Rod and does, like, Skullwoods and gets nothing, right? And then he gets bottlenecked just as hard as he is right now and eventually goes to Mire. For one of the first things he does after he gets it is he finds Candace Samaria. Well, that's, one more crystal. Maybe he leaves the mountain, doesn't full clear the mountain, and saves all that time that AmazingAmpharos spent.
That's the thing. Like, you have all those checks just right next to you. After finding that cane, what do you do? Do you just leave the mountain for one check on Vitreous?
Yeah, it's tempting though, right?
I can get that it's tempting, especially if you feel behind after the pot play, without the hammer that was just sitting on Old Man. Like, it depends on how far behind he thinks he is. I mean, they both did the same, but they don't know. But both of them might actually feel behind just because of that pot play without hammer.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. They did not have to double dip pod. I'm just trying to think of a situation where Hughbliss isn't like impossibly behind. I guess like if the Fire Rod's just in Swamp or something, like their last seed.
I mean,
with Progression Independent Swamp.
there's only one solution. There's only one location that could save you, kinda. The pedestal.
Okay.
It's open right now.
All right, sure. That's possible.
He's the only one that could Eastern, so. I really don't like mentioning the pedestal, but that's basically
it's very possible.
where he has an edge over AA is that he cleared a pendant dungeon.
I don't know that I'm going to be banking all my hopes on that, though. Seems pretty unlikely. I think it's probably just sitting in Swamp.
It's kind of unlikely, but yeah, there's that.
I have not been counting items. I think that was our third one, though, in the big chest.
I mean, A play makes sense. You definitely go to your Crystal Ice Spouse over your Pendant Swamp.
Yeah, no, very easy decision there. And then Hughbliss is going to be in a very similar situation where he just doesn't have any other options. He has to go to Myers soon. Empty Ice Palace.
He definitely doesn't have much left.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, does he actually have anything left?
No.
I think he's
think
out of checks, right? No mirror. Gotta save and quit. It hurts. It hurts. Somebody contact the devs. Make them fix this.
Oh yeah, he isolated Zora. But he didn't have the money, I think.
We have seen Catfish, to answer chat. It was half magic.
No. It was nothing. A ejected, definitely, but the huge is the one with the house magic.
Yeah, no, Catfish was half magic.
Oh, Catfish, yeah.
Yeah, people were asking in chat about Catfish. Or it was just some bombs. Kingen1982 asks, why did Hugh go to Eastern Palace? Would you like to answer this one, Lynn? Because I have no idea.
I mean, he was doing checks. That's how we like to call them. He was just doing checks.
I think it was just a gamble. Like he was just trying to steal a win.
Given how early it was, yes, it was some kind of a gamble. If it did it like right now,
yeah, it makes sense right now.
it would make sense. But how early it did it, I would, yeah. I don't really necessarily call everything like a gamble. I actually hate calling everything a gamble, but at the time he did it, it was definitely a gamble.
It was very high risk play for sure. All right, so he has been forced into Misery Mire. He will find his mirror here. And it shouldn't take him too long to find the cane after that.
I mean, it'll definitely bring that mirror to the mountain. I'm just wondering right now what AA is gonna do after he's done with ice. He has that Pyramid Fairy open, but I think Pendant Swamp. I mean, Pendant Swamp is on the way, kinda, because you take the portal here and it's just down there. Do you just skip Pendant Swamp over to the Pyramid Fairy? I'm not sure. I would say no.
I feel like these are the kind of decisions that win or lose races. You know, like it's such a huge time commitment to walk into Swamp, and then to stay in Swamp after you've walked in. If you continue not finding things there, it's just that time just starts adding up, and it's very tempting. Like Pyramid Fairy is slow, but it's a lot faster than full clearing Swamp. I'm gonna go do that real quick.
We also have 3 chests in Hookshot Cave that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we also haven't seen Graveyard Ledge, K45, I believe.
But if you're going for density, Swamp is definitely the play.
Absolutely.
I believe we haven't seen Hera at all.
Yes, he totally walked past it. I don't think he even walked in the front.
I mean, you got a cane on either tablet. I can get that you skip it. Also, like with nits, you kind of want to check the rest of the mountain first when Hera's abandoned, and if you don't get anything, I guess you check it at the end. I think it's fair play to make in this situation. When you're not a lot of items from go mode.
Swamp. Nope. Bombo's down. Okay.
Bombos first? Oh, K45.
Okay, K45, then Bombos, then Swamp.
It makes
Sure.
sense. It makes sense. So like,
Yeah, definitely a lot more like routing friendly than Pyramid Fairy is.
if Swamp is abandoned, you definitely do Swamp first. But oh,
Whoa, where are you going? Okay. So never mind what I said about Bombo's tablet and Swamp Palace.
I'm not sure if this is faster.
It's definitely not faster. Come on.
You just keep the portal all the way or something.
Yeah, I just keep the portal.
You know that
And now we're going
last
Pyramid
is
Fairy.
a small key, given where the big key was. You're just getting out, taking checkerboard, and I guess heading to the mountain.
This is a little surprising to me. So for you guys who weren't here yesterday, these guys raced yesterday, and they ended up tying with. They finished the seed within 2 seconds of each other, and so we have to replay it today. But the go mode in the seed yesterday was in Pendant Swamp. So
I mean, it looks like
I don't know if they're like gun shy over Pendant Swamp. They just hate it that much, or what's the deal here?
I mean, you just got the mirror, so he can't make that choice. But AA, please.
Like, if either of these runners yesterday had just gone to Pendant Swamp earlier, it would not have been a tie. We got a fetch quest!
wait, there it
and
is!
a fire rod!
And at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 11 seconds, AmazingAmpharos is hitting go mode.
Skipping Pendant Swamp, definitely the order of the day today. Saved all that time.
I mean, every pendant was basically useless.
Yep. And Hugh is dipping into Hera, which means he's probably going to full clear the mountain.
Nope. I mean, he's just leaving Hera right now. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, no, I just mean like if you were gonna leave with your Canis Mari to go finish the crystal dungeon, like you wouldn't have even walked into Hera at that point.
And it also depends how far behind AA feels after dipping pod into without the hammer. Because you definitely not feel great of doing that after doing that play. When like you only had to save Old Man and go into Mire without the K. That was basically the seed, and Periphery, of course.
Yeah, that ended up being 3 progression items locked behind Misery Mire.
That's true. Wow.
Yeah, no, so like from Hugh's point of view, what he needs to do is take his cane that he just got on the mountain, go kill Vitreous, get the hookshot, and then immediately do Pyramid Fairy for the Fire Rod. But why would you?
You that's a very hard.
Like, no one would ever make that decision when you have like the entire mountain you could pull clear. AmazingAmpharos headed up to his 7th crystal. It's always nice having TR as your final crystal.
Yeah, definitely. Like heading straight into GT after TR. I mean, Kane was. I mean, having an item necessary for TR as you go mode always. I mean, if it's not the Ice Rod, it always feels great. But they got that one pretty early, so like that's good for them. You actually gonna dip into Turtle Rock without the Fire Rod? Hopefully, the key layout is gonna be.
We'll
nice.
find out from AA.
Nope.
Nope. Oh. Hugh is leaving no stone unturned. He will not be leaving this mountain until he has checked every possibility, and unfortunately that means he's going into Turtle Rock.
Might be saved here. He might be saved here. Hopefully he is. Okay.
Leaving the mountain now.
I mean, this one doesn't make sense. Like it did. Like, you know, there's an item on Vitreous, so might as well.
Yeah, no, I thought it was weird to like dip the front of Turtle Rock without the fire rod, but you're not gonna do Pendant Hera and Spike Cave. Like, it just seems so arbitrary. Which horrible things you're doing are
done. Because after he got the hammer rate, since he
did he do Spike Cave already?
Yeah, since he didn't have the mirror, he just went up and did Spike Cave. It was nothing, obviously. But yeah, that was already done. Yeah, the hard part is what is he gonna do after he's done with Maya? Is he going to swamp or is he doing Pyramid Fairy?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because like we were saying when AmazingAmpharos was in the same situation, like I think swamp is the right play. I mean, it's the wrong play, but it's the right play.
I believe so as well. Like, I want to say it's the right play, but in terms of density, that's definitely the highest. Like,
yeah, just like playing the odds. It was more likely that the fire rod would have been in swamp than in Pyramid Fairy.
It actually routes kind of well, as like you have K45 and Bamboo Tablet around it, and after you're done with it, you can go to Pyramid Fairy. So like, it's at the center of all those checks. That's why it's kind of the play, especially when you get that hook shot that I don't remember Ice Spell's layout, but it didn't look anything.
Yeah, there was nothing in there. It was empty.
That hook shot, only purpose is gonna be to get across in GT. That's it.
I think he will probably do Pyramid Fairy before Swamp, though. Like, given the last race that they had, like, they both put off Pendant Swamp for as long as possible. So it makes sense to me that they would do it. Like, AmazingAmpharos, that's exactly what he did. He just didn't want to do Swamp.
I just feel like if you want to do it, you don't go to K45.
Yeah, that was the weird part.
If you plan to do Pyramid Fairy before going to Swamp, I think you just do Pyramid Fairy. You don't do K45.
Yeah, you do Pyramid Fairy first, and if that's nothing, then you do K45 bombos into Swamp, right?
Nope. That's a Swamp play. That's definitely a Swamp play. Wait, he's going left.
We're going K45 first.
Oh, you're going to I mean, wait. How they tied in the first game? I can't see.
Yeah, I guess they just think really similarly.
Alright, so that's our 7th crystal. Is the bot still broken, I guess?
I have no idea.
I know it wasn't working properly the past few days again, but chat, just throw your numbers in chat. There are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower where the big key can be, and yeah. Give us your predictions.
Yeah, unfortunately, the time between them at this point it's insurmountable. AmazingAmpharos would have to suddenly have narcolepsy or something for imhughbliss to catch up at this point, which is it's unfortunate. But this is double elimination groups, and so even if imhughbliss loses this series, he's not out of the tournament. And it's actually a best of 3 series, and this is only their first match.
I mean, technically they're second, but since they tied, they had to.
Well, that first one, it never happened. It was stricken from the record.
We love ties. Not too many, but we love a few ties sometimes.
Okay, now he goes Swamp, right? Yeah, that's Swamp. Unfortunate.
I mean, I don't think that's bad play. Definitely.
No, I think he's making the right call. It's just the wrong one.
In this scene.
Yeah, it's definitely like when I was learning Rando for the first time, like this was one of the biggest hurdles mentally to get past was how sometimes the objectively correct play was wrong, you know? Sometimes the mirror's just on purple chest, right?
I hate that. Don't talk about mirrors on purple chest. So what are we at? 2 in Hope Room, 3, 7, 8. That's 9, right?
I think you say so. As a professional streamer, it's actually legal for me to do any kind of math on stream. I could lose my partnership.
So 13, still a big key. And as Chad is pointing out, the loser of this game is going to be able to toggle some setting if he wants to. And yeah.
Are you planning to use that if you lose a match?
Maybe. I'm not gonna. I don't
What would
want
you
like
pick?
my direct opponent is in chat at the moment, so I don't really want to.
Oh, okay, okay. I was thinking if I lost a match, I would opt to change it to fast gain it, just so I don't have to work as hard for the next seed.
Let's say there's some kind of obvious choice I could make. It's kind of obvious. If you think about it a little bit. And still no big key. I guess Hugh is trying to get green pendant. He wants that to be green pendant or pedestal at this point.
Yeah, I mean, until you see the other player not done, you gotta keep doing what you're doing, right?
Yeah. Oh, is it 19? Yeah, I think that was 19. Congratulations. There's so many numbers that there's not too many. Oh, Reveling Onslaught is at 19, I guess. So congratulations.
Revolving Ocelot, you are the winner. Looks like he's opting not to do left side.
Hey, yeah, like I said, there's that green pendant. He's heading towards Pyramid Ferry. He's gonna get that fire rod.
You've been one of Lin's many Lins. Do you have many to spare, Lin?
Not really. I don't have a lot, but nah, I like to keep them. Alright, heading up the gauntlet. Very, very straightforward. If you, like, those players have played it so many times, you know what to do here. Just a matter of how they... Sometimes, like that, self-boost can be a pain. You don't have silvers though, and I don't know if AmazingAmpharos has a lot of potions. Apparently, I would say no, since he's going for that temperate kill on Lando too.
Yeah, opting to save the magic. I believe he has exactly enough magic to do Torches 1 with the Fire Rod.
I'm using a bit with the Samaria, so...
Yeah, he
I
uses up
use one shot.
Yeah, he uses up one of his 4 shots with the Samaria cast, and then it's 3 casts, pick up the pot for the small magic, and then spend that one. And then he just picks up the full magic anyway. There you go, now he has enough magic for the rest of the tower.
Still decided to use the lamp.
Wait, no, get off that lamp! AmazingAmpharos, please. Please, oh my gosh. Think of the frames.
Using skulls right now. I don't think he's gonna be close to Ganon's tower when he's gonna be done. I mean, he still has the rock to do as well.
Yeah, I think at this rate he'll be like in the front of TR when AA dot duns. Maybe even on the way to TR.
Alright, I get the time. Not the nicest patterns. Definitely not.
3 lens equals 1 koi. Chat's real mean today.
I'm not going for the trident spin. I'm not sure.
It's because 1 and 1 is hard. We're not all god gamers like you, okay? We're mere mortals.
That's a nice position, kinda. So you can like use that torch to not like have maximum recoil. You got this. Alright. Phase 3, easiest one. Don't have a lot to do. Just wait for Ganon to teleport. It's being really nice. Right. Did you find the servers in Eastern Palace? No. In fact, I never got in. Eastern Palace. Getting that out that fire right now. Not so if you have like magic refill, but 12 spins gonna be good enough.
Yeah, even if he doesn't get triples, he has plenty of magic. And he will not be getting triples with the timing of that fire hot shot. Although to be fair, Gain is not exactly being super nice with his warps going to the top right corner.
Yeah. Top corner is always like hard to deal with. Top right corner, if it's top left, it's fine. But with the torch glitch, like you don't really want to be very far from you. Those triples, and that's the 12 hits. And with that, pig's down. AA is about to grab his Triforce and move on to game 2.
GG. AmazingAmpharos finishes first place in this race with a time of 1:33.19. imhughbliss summarily forfeits. Don't blame him. It's quite a long trip from where he was to the end of the game. Just gonna kill some dead rocks for fun, I guess.
He doesn't even have Quake to kill them. Quake was in GT, if I remember correctly.
That sounds right. So both players opted not to do the interview. So I guess we're done.
All right, I actually wanted to know if Hugh was like had an idea of what to play against AA. Fortunately, we won't know. So what do we have next? I mean, we have that was the first game of the day, Eastern time, of course. We have a lot more coming, I think.
Oh yeah, there's races happening all day.
Yeah, like even I am racing a bit later, so it's not race stream, unfortunately.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, but there's a lot of race that's gonna happen. I think Doomtap versus Raiden Tanker is gonna start very soonish.
If you lose a race, you should have to drop a Lin from your name.
No.
But if you
Keeping
win,
them.
then you add a Lin.
But yeah,
You
GG
can
to our runners. Give our tracker today was I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll say Icine, but I'm not sure. Make sure to like give him a follow, and also my Kokom Koi that streams a lot. So we might. I also hang out a lot with him in his streams.
I have enough followers. Go follow Lin, you guys, not me. I got plenty.
Make sure you like. He's having really good content. Like, not gonna lie. That's why I'm also watching that quite often. Aside from that, keep in touch for the rest of the tournament. I mean, we just started and we had a lot of good games. I don't think they planned their third, second, whatever game you however you want to call it, since they tied the first one. I think
The
they
first
did.
one never
it's
happened.
actually because I see one on Wednesday, so tomorrow, same time actually. So yeah, if you want to see them playing, I guess that's where you're gonna tune.
Yeah, very excited to see the conclusion of this series.
Touch on that. Have a great rando day. There's still a lot of games, and see you next time.
Bye, everybody.